Hi everybody, this is Jordan Green with the Keenan Group at Keller Williams Realty Central Coast. And today what we're going to talk about is a few key questions that you want to ask a buyer's agent, maybe that people don't think of, that are a little outside the box. When purchasing a home and bringing on a buyer's agent, it's important to have certain things kind of in place and set in stone so you know basically what expectations are going to be set and met. I always look at three key qualities to having that relationship with a buyer's agent. Those are going to be honesty, integrity, and trust. And I feel that having these questions asked and answered are going to help essentially build those blocks to a good relationship between the buyer and the agent that you have. So to start us off, the big question that I always comes to mind that people don't ask enough of is, what level of communication can you expect? I like to sit down with my clients first and outline how often they're going to hear from me and what forms of communication I typically use. Not everybody is ready to take a phone call right away, and in this day and age we all have our phone in our hands, so texting or email might be a little bit easier. And I want to know, as a buyer, how often am I going to hear from my agent, whether that is every day, every other day, or maybe once a week. It's good to set up a specific expectation ahead of time so you know when those lines of communication are going to be met. Here on the Central Coast, a very predominant area is called 5 Cities, and that basically entails everything from Avila down to Oceano. And these agents that work these areas know them well. Whether they have sold here, whether they have lived here, they know each and every turn, each block. They know what to expect as far as development in the areas, good restaurants to eat, cool places to hang out. Those are the things you want to know and you want your agent to know about to be able to educate you on that process. Another question that's really important is the systems that agent has in place. Now, this is real tricky. This can be as simple as the search site that they use. Are they getting you registered with some sort of a database that is going to send you listings consistently based on your search parameters? It can also be what kind of a team do they have set up. My team in particular, we're covered from head to toe, where we have a marketing coordinator, transaction coordinator, buyer's agents, listing agents, and we all work together and pool our ideas together. So really, when you're working with somebody on a team, you're not just working with one person. You have an entire group kind of behind you in that process, and that's super important. Another question that a lot of people don't ask enough of is for referrals. Past client testimonials, their history for sales. I've been in sales for 20 plus years, and one of the things that I like is I'm able to go to my clients and tell them, I have the name of somebody who's doing or is in the process of doing exactly what you're trying to do. I would love to get you in touch with them so they can speak more to their experience with me. Nothing is better, especially in this day and age, than word of mouth. Getting that referral directly from a past client. That's really the best way to kind of build on that integrity and trust and honesty too with your buyer's agent. One of the most important questions that I find people don't ask enough about, and really this to me is probably number one on my list, is what is the roadmap that I can expect during this process? And the first time I had a client tell that to me, I was kind of like a deer in headlights. It's such a simple question that really we all should know, and I had to take a step back and think about it for a second. This process for a lot of people is new, it's overwhelming, and we need to be able to explain that process to you clearly and concisely so that you know every step of the way what is going to be expected of you. And a good buyer's agent is going to help you through that process. Some people have done this 10 times, and for a lot of people, this is going to be their first and only opportunity to buy a home. So us setting the groundwork and foundation for what that process looks like is very important. Again, there's a lot of other questions that I'm sure people are going to think of. But those are just 5 kind of outside of the box questions that I want people to think about the next time they have a conversation with a buyer's agent. Get to that relationship building right away. Make sure that the base and the groundwork is laid out at the beginning so that you know what you can expect. And again, hold that agent accountable for everything along the way. Trust is super important. It's the hardest one of those 3 things to build. So asking questions and having conversations and communicating is the best way to build on that. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I was able to provide you guys with a little bit of information that's going to help. And we hope to hear from you soon. Take it easy, guys.